It's the Blue Collar Breakdown! Welcome to the Blue Collar Breakdown! Starting right now!
All right, welcome. I am out of my convalescence. I didn't have a podcast last week, but I'm back. My voice is almost back. This is Blue Collar Breakdown number 22. And the topic is the government-created affordability crisis. It'll be a quick one today. I'm just going to go over a CBS News article that I ran across. But before I do that, a couple of little housekeeping measures. First of all, gotta look at the piece I had last week on the Libertarian Institute. Crony capitalism, not socialism, is the threat to America. I take former 2020s John Stossel, now at Reason Magazine, to the woodshed for saying that, gee, the kids have it better today than they've ever had it. And they actually don't. They have it about the same as their parents and their grandparents. But the boomers actually did improve over their parents. So there's actual real generational improvement up until the boomers, and then glacial improvements. So you want to get it, and I covered that in my last podcast generally, and it's a little more detailed in this piece. So you definitely want to take a look at that. Okay. Also, even though I didn't do a podcast last week, my podcast, the Blue Collar Breakdown, I did do 2 podcasts as a guest. I was on Sentinels of Liberty with Jeremy Andert. So you want to check that out. My voice was really rough there, but I think you get some good perspective from that. And then also I did my buddy Tom Mullen, his podcast, Tom Mullen Talks Freedom. So that'll be up. I think that's up now. I did that last night. So there you go. 2 more podcasts. Even though I didn't do a podcast last week, you got 2 more opportunities to hear me and an opportunity to read me. And I've got another piece coming up at the Libertarian Institute on inflation. So you definitely want to keep checking out the Libertarian Institute, especially there's so much great stuff up at the Libertarian Institute. There's so much stuff up there. You really got to keep checking that website every day because there's always new great stuff there. Okay, so for today, I just want to talk about this affordability crisis. And what caught my mind was this CBS News article, in America's deepening affordability crisis. And of course, why are Americans having trouble? Well, it says he's going to sum it up in 5 charts. The guy who writes the article, or the woman who writes the article, Amy Beachy. She's going to say, okay, 5 charts. This explains why. Okay, well, let's look at these charts. Okay, number 1, food prices. Food prices are up. Well, why are food prices up? Well, part of it is inflation, right? They printed more money. That makes the prices go up. And wages don't automatically rise all the time when they print more money. So it takes a while for you to bargain with your employer to get your wages back up to the wage level that it was at. And we are actually now in the second quarter of 2025, only now median wages have recovered to the level they were in the fourth quarter of 2020. Real median wages, if you adjust for inflation, are only up to the level that they were in the fourth quarter of 2020. So just inflation. That's it. But then also think about when you go to the grocery store, a lot of the other stuff that you buy, a lot of the things that you buy are imports. They're tariffed. So the tariffs have increased. The taxes have increased on them. Things like coffee, things like tropical fruits. There's a lot of foods that are imported, and you don't always know it. You don't always realize it because a lot of these foods are even if some of the tools used to manufacture or harvest the crops, even if they're imported, that can raise the price of the crops, even if they're grown domestically. So you've got food. That's another one. Okay. So 2 factors of government: inflation and tariffs increase food prices. Okay. Well, what's the second chart that they give us? Home buyers. Oh, okay. Also, inflation is a factor here, right? Because they print more money, asset prices go up. But also, interest rates went up. The Federal Reserve lowered interest rates for 22 years, from 2000 to 2022. And what happened was the sticker price went way up because the market price has nothing to do with the sticker price, because whether or not you can buy a house is all based upon whether you can afford the monthly payment. That's always been the case. And that's the case whether you're rich or poor. The wealthy also buy real estate on credit. So if they lower the interest rate, that just means the sticker price is going to go up. And what happened was the sticker price went up from 2000 to 2022, and then they raised the interest rate. The Federal Reserve Bank raised the interest rate in 2022, 2023, 2024, and they're lowering it now. But the unaffordability crisis has continued for housing, even though housing prices are starting to come down, even though the Federal Reserve has lowered their interest rates, their target interest rates. The home mortgage interest rates haven't yet caught up to the target rates, because typically home mortgages are tied to 10-year treasuries. That's how they basically do it. And 10-year treasuries are still stuck in the 4% range. So that means that mortgages are still in the high in the sixes. They will probably come down, but that's that. This is all Federal Reserve Bank inflation and interest rate manipulation. Okay, what's another one? Okay, here's another one. Childcare. Childcare costs are going way up, over and above inflation. Okay, why is that? Government regulations. Government regulations are increased on how and who can do it, and also there are more and more government subsidies involved in childcare. So government is increasing the costs associated with childcare. All right. 4, rising out-of-pocket healthcare costs. One of the most regulated markets in the world. Of course, it was hugely controversial and noted and lambasted all across the press during the shutdown that, oh, gee, the Obamacare subsidies are going to go away, and that means people are going to have to pay more for their premiums. But even out of pocket, even forget about the premiums, even the out of pocket expenses are going up. Why? Because it's all government regulated. All right. When you think about it, all of the industries that are government regulated, the prices go up. And the government industries that are not government regulated, like television sets, computers, they're not really government regulated. Those prices are going down. Why is that? Because government tries to make all kinds of rules about how you can buy and get into the market, and that just raises costs. So healthcare costs are up. Again, got one more example. All right, the last chart. Utility bills nationwide. And this is more environmental regulations. I know, especially in the Northeast here in Massachusetts, one of the big issues is that the gas bills. A lot of people are and electric bills. people are saying, oh, I have to pay more for the transportation charges than I do for the bill, the energy itself. And when you think about it, you look at the gas prices at the pump, they're not too bad. Gasoline prices aren't bad. Why are electricity prices through the roof? Why are natural gas prices through the roof? Why would they be? Government regulation again, because the market price, if you pump up your fill up your car, it's fine. The ability to generate electricity is not any more expensive than it was before, and yet look, the average utility bill is going up dramatically over the last couple of years, and this is because of environmental regulations, again created by the government. The government is making things less affordable, and what's going to happen here is, as a general rule, they're going to blame, oh, well, this is all just trickle-down economics. This is all just the free market. This is all just profit taking. But in reality, if you look at the company, the industries where there are huge profits, computers and televisions and all, the prices are actually falling. They don't need subsidies. It's those industries where the government is most regulated that those industries are increasing the most. And of course, the underlying consumer price index increases due to money printing and interest rate manipulation, all of those things. So government is having that impact. And what is the reaction from the federal government, from Donald Trump? Oh, well, you can't afford a house? Well, you can't afford a 30-year mortgage, but maybe you can afford a 50-year mortgage. But that's not really making it more affordable to say, oh, pay an extra several $100,000 for your house over another 20 years of debt slavery. That's not a solution. And what we need to do is actually get back to solutions that are based on the market, because when the market allows people to make products and bring them to consumers, the prices tend to go down in real terms. If they print more money, of course they're going to go up, but in real terms they will go down. Just as for many years in food prices kept going down until the 1990s. They stopped going down in the 1990s because of inflation, because of all kinds of government subsidies, because the government started taking over all of the Midwest for corn production to make ethanol, and that raised food prices, but didn't really raise food prices, but it kept them from falling. So what we need to do is get the government out of these markets, and that will help consumers get products, and it'll help poor people. It'll help working people get more of what they need for less. Okay, I have no voice, so I'm going to make this a short one today, but this is my podcast. I would ask you guys to subscribe, like, share, and save this. I will have guests in the future, and I will have a better voice next week, I hope. But we'll see you again next time on Blue Collar Breakdown. Hey, this is Tom Eddlem. Be good.
In America, we have two party fun. We have the stupid party.